In Norway, to explain how much you work, we use a percentage system. So if you work full-time, you work 100%. And working as a nurse, that's 35.5 hours a week. Obviously, it's not always going to be exactly like 35.5 hours a week because sometimes we work more, sometimes we work less. In the States, they use a point system. So they use like a 0.6, a 0.75, a 0.9. And working a 0.75 in the States, that is 30 hours weekly. And that's actually a little bit more than I was expecting. How many hours am I going to be working if I'm working a 0.9? That's going to be a lot. I had to ask my trusty friend Chat here, and Chat says that a 0.9 is actually 90% of full time, which is roughly 36 hours a week. Kind of the same. And then a 1.0 is typically 40 hours a week. For nurses, like 0.9 is full time. I've talked about before, usually to get into hospitals in the States, it kind of depends on what range of seniority you have with what kind of shifts you work. So usually you have to start off working nights to get into the hospital, which is different from in Norway where we have a rotating schedule. So we work days, evenings, and nights. Some people work only nights, but that's not really that common. But in the States, I'm gonna be a full-time night shifter, hopefully. I will do anything to get my job in postpartum, and then after you've worked there for a while, then you're like able to apply yourself into other positions. But like, I don't even care. I'll do nights because I want to work in postpartum, labor and delivery. I just need to get my foot in that door. So I hope that this makes a little sense. I think it's fun talking about these different like nursing things between Norway and the States. And while I'm missing studying this stuff, I was like, maybe I'm just gonna go and look back on my old like study notes and to remind myself about the knowledge that I know and to kind of remember like fetal monitoring, like all of these different things that I'm starting to forget and that I could be asked on an interview. Happy Saturday.